Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you're welcome. If this is your first time of ever coming across my videos, my name is Elizabeth and I'm a nurse. I'm a YouTuber and a makeup artist based in the UK. Thank you for clicking on this particular video to watch. I really do appreciate that. But one thing you're going to do that is going to annoy me is leaving this page without subscribing. I'm just joking. Anyway, on this channel we talk about nursing, lifestyle, beauty, vlogs, and a couple of other interesting things. So if that sounds like something you'll be interested in, make sure you tap on the subscribe icon, click on the bell icon as well so you get notified each time I drop a new video. You don't want to miss that, trust me. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. I really do appreciate everyone that's stuck on this channel. Thank you so much. Right, in today's video I'm going to be talking about my OSCE experience, what happened before, during and after my OSCE. I'm going to just be sharing a couple of things with you all. I have a couple of people that asked me questions on it, and I feel like it's going to be nice to share it on here. And I feel like, you know, let's just have a very cool, calm and collected environment, so everything is really calm, and let's have a chat. Without wasting time, let's get right into the video. So the first thing you do want to know is OSCE means Objective Structured Clinical Examination, and it's basically a practical that is used to assess overseas nurses. That is, if you train anywhere outside of the UK, OSCE is used to kind of just assess your skills and all of that, how good you are with your practice, you know, just like a caution, yeah, for whoever didn't study or whoever didn't practice or whoever didn't train in the UK. Yeah, so that is what OSCE is meant for. And after your OSCE, then NMC gives you a pin, which stands like your registration number or your license number, like we do call in some other countries. So that is what OSCE is basically about. And if you have been following a couple of my videos, there are some that I actually talk about this whole process, right from writing of IELTS up until the OSCE, which is like the end of the process actually. So I'm just going to be gisting you guys what really happened. My OSCE was scheduled to be in May, but you know, with the whole COVID issue and all of that, so I was really anxious. I wanted to, of course, sit for my OSCE and have my PIN and all of that, so I can practice as a registered nurse, of course. So at that point, COVID started and lockdown started in the UK. So of course, test centers were closed and people could definitely not take their OSCE at that point in time. You're supposed to take your OSCE within your first 3 months in the UK. That's the, should I call it a rule or a law or whatever it is, but you have to take it within your first 3 months, which if the person doesn't pass within the first 3 months, then it's liable to 2 other receipts. And if the person still doesn't pass with these 2 other receipts, then the person is like going to leave the UK after the period of 8 months. That is like the rule or what is in place. Yeah, let me put it that way, what is in place presently. So COVID came in April. NMC took it upon themselves and created like a temporary register in which nurses who hasn't sat for their OSCE, or nurses who don't have their PIN, or people who left the register, like nurses that have retired in the last 3 years, I think, are liable to join the temporary register and still practice as a nurse. So as for me, I don't have my PIN. I didn't have my PIN yet at that time. I hadn't sat for my OSCE at that time, so I joined the register. Without your OSCE, I'm just going to like say what it means not to have your PIN, not to have sat for your OSCE. Without your PIN, you can't practice as a nurse in the UK. You have to be like maybe an healthcare assistant or something like that within the period of you writing your OSCE, but they do call it the pre-registered nurses or pre-registration nurses, whichever. So apart from that, your hourly pay rate is not going to be on the level of band 5. It's going to be on band 4. because you don't have your PIN yet, so you cannot earn as a band 5 nurse. That is what not having your PIN simply means. So yeah, in April I joined the temporary register, and at that time I was happy because at least I could practice as a nurse, but under the supervision of another UKRN, which is quite fair. Yeah, which is quite fair considering the fact that they haven't tested my ability and all of that. So it's fair for them and it's fair for me. Luckily for me, my pay rate was increased a little bit. Not a lot actually, but at least she makes sense. So it was increased a bit, which is quite all right. Then after that time, June, nothing happened, no news and all of that. So I was really expectant because, you know, I just wanted to get it over and done with. At that time, trust me, I wasn't like preparing, I wasn't reading anymore. I got tired. I was like, you know, but whenever the test centers reopen, then I'll commence my reading again, because like it was just too much for me at that time. So I stopped reading, although I had access to a couple of online videos and all of that from tutor my employer registered me with, so it was still all right. And then I think early July we heard that the test centers were going to be reopened. Yay! So I was happy, I was expectant, I was anxious, a lot of feelings mixed together really. So centers reopened on the 20th of July, and my test was rebooked for September. So I started reading again, of course, because man, I didn't want to fail. So I started reading again. And before, okay, I think I didn't mention the price of OSCE. OSCE is basically £794 for the first sitting. But if a person fills a station, so you have to receipt, and that's I think £397 if someone fills a particular station and wants to receipt, then you have to pay another money, which is £397. So yeah, you don't have to worry about this because a lot of times the employer pays this for you, but there are some employers that will require you to pay back over like a couple of years, or within your contract, of course. And there are some that, you know, they just paid for you and that's it. My employer paid for me and was registered for my test September, so I started preparing. Then most times, like my senior colleagues that I asked about how the test was like and things like that, they had like face-to-face trainings for like a week or two, which was usually intense. So it gave them enough time to prepare, at least to an extent that they were satisfied, they knew what they were doing and were ready to take the test. But in my case, we couldn't have the face-to-face training because it was restricted, the gatherings were restricted, you know, a lot of regulations for COVID and all of that. So we couldn't have the face-to-face training. They had to devise a kind of way to just like help us. So we did virtual training, and that was online. And this training was, trust me, just for 4 days. Like the first 2 days was like intense training. I think we had it for 10 hours on the first day and 10 hours on the second day. Then for the following ones were like follow up, just to know like how well we did and all of that, and to practice because we couldn't see face to face. So they just had to devise a means that this was going to take place. So we had like 2 follow-up trainings on separate days, of course, just to like know how well we did and that. So yeah, and that was it for the training. Basically nothing really serious. I was scared on one side because I had already expected that we're going to have the face-to-face training and it was going to be intense. We're going to like see for ourselves and all of that, but it couldn't take place. So we just had to like come to terms with what was on ground. So myself and my partner tried just to help each other. We would schedule online meetings and all of that, practice with each other, talk and blah 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 blah. So the test day came and we traveled down to Northampton for the test. If you haven't seen my vlog, make sure you click here after the video to see that vlog, don't miss it. So as I was saying, we traveled down, then we had our test. I'm not going to be giving a breakdown of what the test really looks like. It's divided into 2 different stations. Yeah, so there are 2 skills station and there is API. 2 skills station, there are a lot of skills. I mean, not a lot, but there are like skills that you are going to practice, like giving IM identity, which is wound dressing, subcutaneous injection, removal of catheter, collecting urine sample from the catheter, peak expiration flow, administration of metered dose inhaler, and yeah, that's it. BLS, yeah, basic life support. Then for the API, it usually revolves around a particular scenario, and then they ask you to assess, to plan. You're planning, you write your nursing care plan, of course. Then the implementation, which is maybe like medication administration, and then evaluation. So that's it for the 2 stations basically. And usually the time allotted is 15 minutes, but there are some that require maybe 12 minutes or so. Most times it's 15 minutes. Yeah, a lot of the skills actually are 15 minutes. So you do this, lest I forget, they check your documents when you go in. There's usually a list of identity check and all of that. They do that. You submit your documents, they check it, then you sit in the waiting room, then they take you in, and then you do your tests. Another very important thing is that you are going to sign like a confidentiality, I don't know what they call it, like confidentiality form or something like that, in which you are not allowed to discuss whatever goes on in the test center or what you did, or things like that. You're allowed to sign that, and you must never disclose what happened in the test to an outsider. So that's why I won't be able to disclose more than this about my OSCE. Yeah, I hope you guys understand that. Yeah, I did my OSCE on a Friday, and results usually comes within 3 to 5 working days. Mine came in 3 days. My partner actually got a result before mine, and I was really scared because she got hers. We did it on the same day, so why shouldn't we get our result on the same day? So I was kind of scared and anxious and all that, but whatever, eventually came and I was happy. It was nice, thank God, passed. Yeah, so basically that's my experience about OSCE. I hope you guys have learned a thing or two from this video. I just decided to share this with you. If you've learned something, and if you've not, I don't know, make sure you check my other videos. There's definitely 1 or 2 things you're going to learn from it. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate everyone. Thank you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.